Hello! Welcome to another video on my channel. How are we all doing today? I hope you are well, and if you aren't, I hope your day gets better in all the ways possible. So, if you have been hanging around on my Instagram or my YouTube, like watching my last week's podcast, you have probably noticed that lately my brain has been full of snail. Specifically, the Snail Council by Garden Hoe Crochet on Instagram. I have yet to get this obsession out of my system, so today, which happens to be a day that I have about 8 hours free to do whatever I want, I want to sit down and I want to make some more snails. I want to see just how many snails I can make in about 8 hours. I also have a pattern test to do. I was chosen, thank you so much, as a tester for Garden and Crochet's newest 2 members of the Snail Council, Eggbert and Carrotony, and yeah, we are going to be testing those 2 patterns and then we'll see who else will make. I have my eyes set on making a plushy Strawbert, and yeah, we'll see what yarns we have and who will make. But speaking of yarn, I have 0 velvet yarn at home, and while that is not required in the pattern, I really want to make some velvety, plushy snails. I've been wanting that since I first saw the pattern, but yeah, I don't have any. So before doing anything else, we need to make a quick trip to the local mall and see if we can find some velvet yarn. Before doing anything else, let's go to the mall and let's get some yarn, and then let's get cracking with making some snails. Yay! Let's go. I have returned with yarn, so wow, everything is really bright. Hang on. I have returned with yarn and I am going to show you what we got, and then we're going to get right into making the snails. So the first yarn we have is this baby blue yarn that is really blowing out. Sorry. Then we have 2 shades of pink. I love this darker shade. Then we have a plain white velvet yarn, some safety eyes, some pony beads in Eastery colours, and lastly green embroidery floss. That's the haul. Let's make some snails. The first snail I'll be making today is an Eggbert, and I'm starting with making the snail body. I've made a few of these already, so since I've never worked with velvet yarn before, I figured the familiar part of the pattern was a better place to start. I have read so much about velvet yarn being difficult to work with, seeing stitches is hard and so on, but I was pleasantly surprised, and it's so soft and nice and squishy, this was kind of sensory heaven. I approve. Oh, and as a small disclaimer, I want to just quickly say that this will not be a tutorial on how to make these snails, as this is a paid for pattern and not a pattern by me. I will just be showing parts of me making all of them. If you want to check out the pattern, you can find a link in the video description. I have now reached the part where I add the eyes, and wow, this was fiddly. I usually have a hard time with safety eyes due to my fingers being unstable, but not only did that make the eyes a challenge, but the size of them didn't help. These are 4mm eyes, which maybe turn out to be on the slightly too small side, but that's okay. I also found they sunk into the fabric a lot, but I think this will be fixed with stuffing. So, let's stuff him and we'll see. Yeah, that is a lot better. So cute. On to finishing the body. Next, I'm going to be making his shell. Egg, shell, egg, eggshell. Eggbert is part of the Easter bundle, so of course this will be an Easter egg shell. I'll be using both shades of pink, the blue and the pony beads. I place the beads by using a smaller crochet hook, one that will fit through the bead, and hooking the live stitch onto the smaller hook and sliding the bead over before completing my crochet stitch. There are many ways to place beads in your project, but this is the one I chose this time as it's the method I'm used to from knitting with beads. Time to stuff the egg with fluff, not candy or chocolate this time. Please don't eat your Easter egg snail, he'll be very sad. Then I'm closing up the egg so we'll be ready to sew the snail and egg together. Before sewing it together though, I will give him a mouth. I just used a random acrylic and cotton yarn I had at hand for this. Now let's finally sew him together. And that's snail number 1 all done. On to making the next friend, or 2 friends. I decided on making 2 bodies in one go and then making the shells separately. The bodies are really quick for me and I don't need to read the pattern for them anymore. Does that mean I have a snail problem? Probably. Do I care? Not one bit. I am living my best gastropod life over here. I am now working through the first of the 2 shells for the bodies I just made. A close friend of mine pointed out 3 of my yarns combined are perfect trans flag colours. And he's right, and is trans, and shares my affinity for the Snail Council, so I thought, well, then you get a flag snail. The striper shell is the perfect design for a pride flag as well, so how could I not? Time to sew this bird together as well, and that's the second snail all finished. He turned out so cute. On to making the strawberry shell for the pink snail body. I really wanted to make myself a Strawbert and I'm so excited for him to get his strawberry shell. Strawberries are one of my favourite things. Flavour, scent, look and aesthetic wise, it's all top tier for me, so I think that helped me fall in love with the Snail Council, to be honest. I love all of them, but Strawbert is my favourite. Now I'm just adding the stem and leaves. I had to use the light blue yarn for this as the shop had no green, which honestly feels like a crime, but yes. The blue kind of works against the pink in my opinion, so it's okay. And for some reason, I never filmed sewing Strawbert together. Or I may have lost that footage somehow, but here's me starting another snail. This time we'll be trying the CarroTINY pattern, which is the second one from the Easter bundle coming out this weekend, and the second pattern I'm testing. I will be making him in a different yarn because again there was no orange velvet yarn anywhere in the entire mall. I checked all shops that might carry yarn but no orange, so it will be a small cotton and acrylic Tony because I have a lot of random colours left over from a granny square project that will be up on the channel soon. Adding the last few details on Tony and then he's done. Isn't it cute how he's almost a heart shape? So cute that we have to make a second CarroTINY, but smaller. This is where I kind of go off the deep end in my snail obsession. I have micro crocheted a couple of Strawberts before, and I do have 2 eggplant thinnies waiting for their eggplants to be finished, and here I am making CarroTINY. Honestly, this is too much fun, but it's kind of hard on the hands and you need a lot of patience. I work with 3 strands of moulinet embroidery floss and a teeny tiny crochet hook to make these. I do end up with my projects inside out, but making a magic ring and flipping it right side out after the first couple of rows at this size, forget it. Not only all of that, but micro crocheting takes a lot longer than regular crochet. With all of that said, I do really enjoy it. This is in real time, so you see just how slow the stitches are. Let's add his little face and some blush. He got an accidental winky face, but I think that's just so adorable. That's snail number 5, all done. So I have about 15 minutes to spare before my 8 hours are up, and sadly that is not enough time to make a whole new snail. So I will end it here on finishing my CarroTINY. So we got a few snails done. Honestly, it would have been double the amount of snails if I hadn't done the micro crochet snail, but the teeny tiny snails are so much fun, so I couldn't help myself. But we have completed Eggbert, a second Eggbert, Strawbert, a small CarroTINY, and an even smaller CarroTony. It's CarroTINY. So yeah, that is 5 snails. I was hoping for a bigger bunch, but again, the micro crochet does take a lot of time. I spent many hours on this. It takes a lot longer than regular crochet. You have to go pretty slow, and it's easy to mess up your stitches, so it's a lot of ripping back and all of that. So yeah, he took a lot longer than this one. This took maybe 30 minutes, if that. One day I will make CarroTINY a matching friend, so I can make a pair of earrings, because I've done that before with my Strawbert micro crochet. But yeah, my hands need a little bit of a break from micro crochet now, so that's gonna have to rest for a few days, I think. But other than that, I had a lot of fun. 5 snails isn't bad, and it was really fun playing around with the beads in this one. I've never crocheted with beads before, so this was fun. I liked it, and I think it turned out really cute. And also, this was my first time playing around with velvet yarn as well, and this one is a lot bigger than everybody else because I hadn't figured out my tension yet, but he's cute. I love him. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I kind of feel like I've opened some sort of Pandora's box with velvet yarn, because I want to do all of the velvet yarn things. I want to like crochet all of the amigurumi and all of the, like, imagine granny square velvet cardigan. So cozy, but so warm. I kind of want to make all of the velvet yarn things now. But yeah, I think that's all for me today. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed all of the snails. If you are interested in making your own snails, I have linked the pattern in the description box below. And also, if you want to make Eggbert or CarroTINY, the pattern release for these 2 patterns is on Sunday, the 17th of March, so keep your eyes peeled for that as well. And if you are interested in making these, go pick that up when it releases. And yeah, if you're new here and would like to see more of what I make, such as fun challenges like this one, and crochet and knitting vlogs, tutorials, and also my podcast where I recap everything I've made recently, please consider clicking the subscribe button down below, ring the bell if you want to get notified whenever I upload, like the video, and leave a snail emoji in the comments if you like snails. Yeah, leave a snail emoji. Let's make a snail train. But yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day, a fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you again very soon for more non-snail content next time, I promise. Yeah, bye!